Hello. All right. So this video is for your instructions and to help you and guide you through your directed exploration. So, just want to say that you should only be watching this video and starting this assignment if you've already finished your first 3 assignments for the research paper. So that would be the informational text scavenger hunt, the research-based survey tool, and then the historical event, the choosing a topic to research slides, the blue and the green ones. And then what you're doing in class before you watch this, hopefully, is you will have gone to those slides and highlighted your top 3 historical events that you would like to research. And then I'm going to meet with you one-on-one, and if you're an online student, send me an email, tell me what your top 3 are, and we'll narrow it down to 1 because I want everyone to have a different topic. And then you can finally start those assignments. So this is due at the end of class on Friday this week. First of all, you're going to tell me in this document, what is your potential research topic? What is it? What's it called? What's it about? And then before you can answer any of the following questions, you're going to have to do a little bit of research. So, what is research? Research means that you are going to go and become, now you're in 7th grade, so you're not going to become an expert, but you're going to become very familiar, very comfortable with the topic that you've chosen to research. So, it's very important that you don't just answer these questions by Googling them. That is not research. It doesn't show that you've learned or gained anything. And the best way for you to learn about your topic is just to invest yourself in reading. Notice that you have 3 full class days to answer 6 questions. And one of the questions is, what is your topic? And the other one is, list all the websites where you found information about your topic. So very, very important that you read a lot. And you can fill this out as you read. Now, what are the questions you're going to be answering? It's the very basic questions. Who, what, when, and explaining the what a little bit more. And of course, you'll mention where. Very important that you're specific in these questions as well. Okay, so they're like, all right, Mr. Tom, so I've chosen my topic, but where do I start to research? So you will choose from any one of these links that is at the bottom of Classroom. You've got Allocation, Michigan eLibrary or MEL, Britannica, World Book, and the Wiki for Kids. Now, I did make a video on how and why Wikipedia is a great source if you know how to use it. Please watch that video at some point over the next 3 days so you know how to use Wikipedia. Please watch that video. I didn't make it for no reason. It will help you greatly because you probably had a lot of teachers tell you that Wikipedia isn't worth much, but it is great. Okay, so what are these 5 websites and how do you use them? It's up to you to choose them. I'm going to go over them, and whatever looks best to you, choose it, or choose a few. Allocation. Okay, so for the purpose of this assignment, I'm just going to choose a historical figure. Let's go with Abraham Lincoln. Okay, Abraham Lincoln. And okay, we're going to find here in allocation some facts, some pictures, what I didn't know about his death, just the history of him and freeing slaves. All these articles about Abraham Lincoln, or peripherally, which means kind of somewhat about him, maybe he played a role in some events. So that's allocation. Pretty easy. You search for your topic right there. Alright, next one at the bottom of this class is MEL. MEL's great. Now, MEL, I don't know if my online students can access MEL because you need to be on school Wi-Fi to access it. So, those of you who are in school, you go to MEL, you scroll down, go to the Britannica School Middle Library. It'll log you in, should be fine, and you can search for your topic here. And we'll get a nice long write-up on Abraham Lincoln right here. A lot of great details. Okay? Next one. MEL is, by the way, MEL is my favorite for this. Next, we got Britannica Kids. Up top, you got a search bar. Guess what? Type in Lincoln, you're gonna find stuff. Next website, World Book Kids, run by Michigan E-Library. You can search here for Abraham Lincoln. Just hit explore. And then another one. Now listen, I'm going to admit that this looks a little childish, this Safe Search Kids, but I'll tell you that Wikipedia itself is sometimes very hard to parse through, which means kind of sift through and find the stuff that's really great. And also, it is written for adults. So unless you can really read at like a late high school, college level, sometimes Wikipedia might go over your head. This kind of makes it middle school and high school friendly. This is meant really for 5th through 11th grade. This makes it a lot friendlier than just going to regular Wikipedia. And it is sort of run by Wikipedia. You can even see it says wiki.com in the URL. So you're using a Wikipedia for kids if you choose this one. So now, quite frankly, there's 5 on here. I don't expect you to look through all 5 and read everything on every one of those pages. I would encourage you to open them all up, see what works for you, see what makes sense to you, see what you like the format of, what's clean to you, what makes sense, and then you'll choose those, you'll read them in depth, go in great detail, and then as you do that, you will answer these questions. What happened in the topic? Tell me. Give me about a 3 to 5, or let's do 4 to 6 sentence summary of your topic. Alright? When and where did it happen? Where did it take place? Be specific. If it happened on June 6th, 1944, say that. Don't say it happened in the 1940s. Be as specific as you possibly can. Some of your events will happen on a day, 9/11. Some of them will happen over 100 years, the Black Plague. Right? So these events take place definitely over a different amount of time, depending on what you choose. Who was involved in this? Who are the most important people? And then whose perspective are you going to focus on? So are you going to focus on the victims, of the survivors, of the perpetrators? Who are you going to focus on? Especially if you choose a war. Are you going to just focus on both sides, one side specifically? This is the most important one. What are the 4 to 6 key moments? So, whatever you choose, what are the most important moments? So that, if you think about like someone like Abraham Lincoln, there's a biography on Abraham Lincoln that's 800 pages long. You're not going to write an 800-page paper. You're going to write a 5 to 9 paragraph paper. So I don't want you to tell me every little detail about Abraham Lincoln's life. Give me the 4 to 6 key moments that you want to talk about from his life, if that's what you choose. And the most important thing, a lot of kids forget about this, so I'm actually probably going to move it up this time. Keep track of your sources. What sources did you use to figure all this stuff out? Google.com is not a source. Wikipedia is not a source. If you're like, hey, Mr. Toms, you're telling me Wikipedia is great. Yeah, go watch my video and I'll tell you why. It's not a source. It's a place where you can find a lot of great sources. All right. And the last thing I'll say, and I'm not going to read this to you because you can read for yourself, there is an example. If you're like, all right, I don't really know what he's looking for in this question, look at my example right here, where I answer these same questions regarding the sinking of the Titanic, which is one topic you are not allowed to choose because it's the one that I use in my example. Okay, that's all I got for this video. I encourage you to ask me questions, send me an email if you're curious about anything. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your directed exploration.